Hi everyone. With Easter just around the corner, I thought you might like to try this different way of coloring eggs. It's also a great way to review what you know about color. So hopefully someone out there will be able to tell me what the primary colors are. You can say them out loud if you want. I think I heard someone say red. Was that a yellow that I heard? And blue. Right, those are the primaries. And then the secondary colors come from mixing two primaries together. Now I don't have the secondary colors in food coloring, but blue mixed with yellow, I do have green. And then yellow mixed with red, that makes what? Orange. And then blue mixed with red makes purple. So here's a purple. So that's the colors you need to know. You also need to know what colors are not going to mix well together. So if I take purple and I put it next to green, those colors are not going to mix well when you are making this project, or any color project for that matter. So just be thinking about what colors are going to mix well together when you are placing your colors down. Of course, you might forget, but that's okay. So the things that you're going to need: toweling, a surface to work on top of. This is kind of parchment paper. You're going to need vinegar. You're going to need hard-boiled eggs, of course, and your food coloring. Now, I've put the vinegar into a spray bottle because it's a little bit easier to work with. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to spray that paper, the toweling I should say, with the vinegar. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and use your colors. So I know purple and pink and blue are going to look good together, and I know yellow will mix well together as well. So and I can use this red too. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to drop down some colors. You want to kind of space them apart. And right now they look really dark, but they do lighten up when you're making eggs. Now the hard part about this activity is you can't peek right away. You have to let this dry overnight. And I'll go to, now I'm forgetting which ones I've used. Of course, I really want to go back to the colors that I can't use. I suppose if I tried to put it next to a color that I know that it's going to mix well with, I could give that a try. Let me just, so I'm going to give it a try. Here's a green, and I know green and yellow look good together, and actually green and blue are going to be fine. So those can go. There's some blue here and some yellow here. So I'm just being careful where I put that green. I don't really want it to run into the red. I'm going dangerously close though. That's okay. Live on the edge, right? Okay, and I don't know. I think this is going to have to be good. Maybe a little bit more here. All right, so you can see I have the color. I'm going to give it a little bit more spray of vinegar. Now I'm going to take the hard-boiled egg here, and I'm just going to set it at one end. I want to make sure that it's in the food coloring. And then I'm going to start to wrap the egg in this little food coloring blanket. And I'm just going to roll this up. And there, pretty good. Now this part is, you could either put it in a baggie or you can put it in the little tray here and put that in the fridge to dry overnight. Now there is one other way that you can do this. This is where we start with the egg, and we're just going to put the egg right in the middle here, and you need to have either a twist tie or a rubber band. So I'm going to take this, oops, and tie it like that. And I'm going to take my vinegar, spray some vinegar. You can see it's getting dye on my fingers already. So now I'm going to go and try it this way. And you're just putting it all the way around. And if you do both ways, you can decide which way you like better, because they're going to come out a little different. Yeah, don't forget the bottom. And I'm also going to be remembering not to go by a color that colors don't mix well together with. And boy, are my hands a mess. So if you have gloves, probably a good idea, because now I'm going to be walking around with food coloring on my hands all day. Oh, that's okay. I'm an art teacher. That happens. Not with food coloring, with paint. All right, let's try here. Now my spots are getting pretty filled. And I'm going to go back with the, whatchamacallit, the vinegar. And I'm going to give it a good spray again, because this is going to help the colors spread out. All right. So there's another version, another way to tie-dye. So now my eggs are ready to dry. I have nothing to show you, but isn't that going to be a great surprise? So when you do this, if you decide to try this, you have to be patient, wait, and then the next day when this is all dry, you can take a look to see what you made. All right, have fun with this one.